Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jailbreak trading series, and today I'm trading the Parisian. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while now, you know how many times I've talked about the Parisian, and it's such a cool vehicle. Now, you know what? I've got to say, this vehicle's value has actually been going up lately, and I'm super excited to talk about it today. I mean, no joke, this is one of the coolest vehicles in the game because you got similar performance to the Torpedo for a 720,000 price tag. That is actually ridiculous. And on top of that, its acceleration feels even faster than the Javelin, and its handling is definitely far better. So I think the Parisian was definitely a really good vehicle to buy. And on top of that, its trading value going up is even better. I'm super excited to talk about the Parisian today. I mean, seriously, its value is definitely what a lot of people have been wondering about. But besides that, the Parisian still has the very nice looks and everything. But there was one big change with this vehicle, and maybe not intentionally, but it's way better at climbing terrain now with the monster suspension. So as you can see, I do have monster suspension enabled on the Parisian, and although it's not as good as the M12, I think it still makes it over most of the terrain. But yeah, I think this is still very exceptional for the Parisian. I think this is very good performance for off-road terrain. So that means it's still going to be best on the track, but if you need to go on hill for anything, then this vehicle will be able to do it. Now, I'm also very happy to report that the bouncing issue was fixed. Previously, you'd hit a bump on the road, and then the Parisian would literally lose all its top speed, and then you'd be sent flying up in the air. I believe that if you use the monster suspension now, this is fixed, so make sure you are using the monster suspension on the Parisian. No reason not to. I mean, it's a very big game changer, and just look at this vehicle. I've got to say, it just looks super nice. But besides that, let's talk about its value. It used to go for 720,000, as I mentioned, but its value has been slowly rising by the millions. And with that being said, let's go ahead and see what players offer for the Parisian. There we go. We've got a lot of players to trade with. We've got Leo over here, so let's see what he can offer for the Parisian. Also, because this is my original Parisian, it is traded 0 times for anyone wondering that. And on top of that, I have 2 other Parisians on both my alternate accounts. So okay, let's see if Leo offers anything. It didn't see like Leo wanted to offer anything for the Parisian, but let's see what another player has to offer for it. Okay, he's offering the crown, so obviously I don't think the radiant colors are gonna hold up that well. Oh yeah, this isn't really that great. I don't think I would trade for obtainables. I mean, if you bought a Parisian for 720,000, I'd still try and get at least a Volt bike for it. I don't think I'd really accept the crown for the Parisian. I just don't really see a point in doing that, so I'm just gonna have to decline this trade. All right, let's see what some other players have to offer for the Parisian. Oh, we've got a player in the drone. Let's see if he offers anything for the Parisian. All right, there we go. Oh, he's offering 3 drones. Okay, I wonder if he'd offer 2 at least. So as you guys probably know by now, I'm looking for about 2 million from the Parisian. That's basically double its value, and considering how good this vehicle's performance is, I think that would be like the bare minimum you should be trading the Parisian for. Now, if you want to go even higher, I mean, you might have to add a little bit. I mean, he's only trading the 3 drones, so I throw in the Pro to 8 because more people are obtaining it, so its value is kind of going down. And okay, yeah, he actually did accept, although yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd add something a little bit more for the Pro. And okay, I guess $3 million vehicles would be all right, but seriously, I think what a more fair trade for this would be a concept, and he actually removed the drones. So I would never do trades like that. I would do $3 million vehicles for a concept, and in that case, yeah, he did end up removing the drones, so I'm not really going to trade that guy. All right, we've got this player over here. Let's see what they offer for the Parisian. And okay, Lux is offering the Hyper Green. I personally would not accept the Hyper Green from a Parisian, just because you can't really do much of level 1 Hyperchrome. And in this scenario, yeah, he should have added like $1 million vehicle or something. Again, for the Hyper Green, like, you're not going to really be able to trade it away for much. Like I've been saying, it's just not really worthwhile to trade for Hyperchromes. They're just not really good at level 1. If you want, you could get a level 2, but still, that's pretty far away. So let's see some other trades for the Parisian. We've got Paradise Gaming over here, and we're going to be seeing what he has to offer for the Parisian. All right, so the concept and airtail is actually fair enough, and there's the NASCAR. So I reviewed the NASCAR yesterday. This is actually a really good trade, so much that I have to actually add in my own vehicle. Now, I've usually just been going with the Pro. I think a lot of players are getting it right now, and if you played this season, then yes, you have probably both of these vehicles. So wow, that is actually an amazing trade from Paradise Gaming, a concept airtail and NASCAR. So yes, the NASCARs are going for a decent amount too, and even a Hyper Yellow. I mean, I can't really complain about this one. This is a very good trade, so I think this is something you should look forward to. If you were trading the Parisian, definitely try and get a few million extra out of it. I think the concept alone would be really good if you were looking for a vehicle to hold more players, so it's totally worth obtaining if you have the chance. And wow, I've got to say, this is a really good trade from Paradise. So if you want to trade, I think this is a good offer to look into. Now the Pro Tweet, I think it's still going for about 2 million. I covered a video in depth about what it goes for, and then the Parisian's also going for like 2.5 million. And I did take a look at the Pro Tweet in a separate video, so if you want to take a look at what the Pro Tweet goes for, I think that would be worthwhile. But as you guys know, its value has been dropping, so I think by the time you're watching this and once I edit it, its value is going to be even lower. So that's always how every single limited is. The players that always get the seasonal vehicle first, they definitely can sell it for a lot more. Towards the end of the season, its value does end up dropping down, so it's nowhere close to the insane offers I got beforehand. But if you throw in a Parisian and you still want something even after the season ends, then I think this is a totally worthwhile trade to consider. And so this is totally reasonable. I mean, you're getting the concept, which is perfect for the Parisian. Airtail and NASCARs, they're fair enough, but I guess the Hyper Yellow level 1 makes up for that. So that being said, I think this is a good trade, and I want to thank Paradise Gaming for his time. All right, so overall, I think that trade by Paradise Gaming was very nice. I think that was a very good offer for the Parisian. And so overall, I don't think the Parisian's value is as high as it will be. It's definitely not up to an M12 right now. It looks like some players are trading the M12 for it, but it's still a little bit far off. I feel in the next few months, the Parisian is going to rise to an M12, and that will be perfect. And so if you want to get the Parisian right now, I think it would be the best time because it's going for a very reasonable price. I mean, 2.5 million is a steal for this vehicle. And if you haven't already gotten it, I think now is the best chance. Like seriously, I think Parisian's going to only go up from where it is right now, and I'm really anticipating for it to become the same value of the Javelin. I think they're both very similar vehicles, and it wouldn't be too surprising if the Parisian does follow in the Javelin's track. So that being said, I think the Parisian is such a nice vehicle to use, and despite its engine sound being pretty loud, I think it is such a good vehicle to trade for. That being said, I think overall, like, just the performance of this vehicle is really good. And yes, it does have rocket fuel overdrive for those wondering. As you could see, it did a very nice job getting a little bit of extra performance from that area. And so I've got to say, Parisian's definitely one of my favorite vehicles right now, and it's going to be perfect for new players. I think this is going to be a very nice entry-level vehicle for trading. And so if you have not gotten the Parisian when it was on sale, definitely look into getting it right now, and preferably on a few accounts, right? Because I have 3 of these Parisians, and I feel they're going to go for a ton once their value is more established. But that being said, I really appreciate you guys joining me in today's video. I think the Parisian is such a nice vehicle, so if you had any questions about this vehicle, definitely let me know in the comments. But if you were debating whether to get the Parisian, now is the best chance because I think this vehicle is absolutely amazing, especially as a starter car. It really doesn't get better than this. So that being said, if you want to check out some Jailbreak trading series videos, there is a playlist in the description below. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you like the video, make sure to like. But anyways guys, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.